A small plane registered out of Darby crashes this morning, killing 2 people on board near San Diego.
She's given a lifetime of service. Now the Frenchtown community is coming together to support her.
And a cherry red Tesla is going where no Tesla has ever gone before.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Jill Valley.
And I'm Dennis Bragg. 2 people and a dog are dead after a light plane registered from Darby crashed into an industrial area outside San Diego.
The pilot is identified as Dr. John Longhurst and his wife Cheryl, who was his passenger. They owned homes in Montana and in Orange County, California. Dr. Longhurst worked at UC Irvine Health. Officials say this Cessna single-engine plane took off from Gillespie Field in Santee, California about 7 o'clock this morning, but it crashed shortly after takeoff. There were 2 dogs on the plane that did survive the impact and were taken to an animal hospital for treatment. Witnesses on the ground say they heard a loud noise before that small plane crashed in a lot near the airport.
Some folks on the ground said they heard some kind of engine throttling, and the airplane made a turn, it looks like, and came back and was actually traveling eastbound when it lost power and landed here in the yard.
Officials from the FAA were on the scene today, and this investigation will be handled by the National Transportation Safety Board. Turning now to weather, we saw a little break from the rain and snow today before more showers move in tonight, and then comes Arctic air. For more, let's turn it over to Chief Meteorologist Erin Yost and her first forecast now. Erin.
Now we are looking at very similar conditions to what we saw this past weekend across western Montana, as that same air mass that is currently chilling out folks east of the divide starts to creep back towards western Montana. At the same time, we've got some more moisture coming in, so we are likely talking another snow event for those closest to the divide. This was Hamilton today, our First Security Bank ICAM. Still seeing a couple of rain and snow showers out there. More low, though, snow as we head into the overnight hours, since those temperatures will dip just a bit. But we are focusing our attention on this next larger system, which we already have some winter storm watches out for portions of northwest Montana. These are preliminary numbers. I've got more details coming up.
To keep an eye on these changing conditions, all you need is your phone. Download the KPAX Storm Tracker weather app to get on-the-go forecast from our Storm Tracker weather team.
New at 10 tonight, a bill to withdraw 5 tracks from wilderness study area designation is generating a tremendous amount of debate across Montana this week, and Wednesday we'll get our first indication as to how the proposal could play out in the Senate. Senator Steve Daines' Protect Public Use of Public Lands Act is in response to a request from the Montana legislature last year to review the WSA designations that have been in place without action since the 1970s. The study areas in question include some that have been seen a lot of debate over motorized use and resource extraction in recent years, including the Sapphire and Blue Joint WSAs. Backers of the Daines measure believe it's time to release the study areas. Senator Jon Tester, though, is worried just removing the designation without a specific plan to replace it is problematic.
If these lands are managed in a different way and it has serious impacts on water quality, has impacts on wildlife habitat, we could be really causing some problems that are unintended.
The hearing happens first thing tomorrow morning before the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee. Today, Granite County joined the list of western Montana counties that have expressed support for the Daines bill. Valley County Commissioners will take another look at writing a letter of their own tomorrow morning with a hearing that starts at 10 o'clock in Hamilton. Meanwhile, Senator Tester remains optimistic a sweeping piece of legislation to preserve the Upper Blackfoot watershed will prove its worth during that Senate committee hearing tomorrow. The Blackfoot Stewardship Act will be analyzed by the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee during its hearings Wednesday, just over a year after the act was first introduced. It would set aside an unprotected block of backcountry and front country wilderness adjacent to the Bob Marshall Wilderness. The act has widespread support locally, and Tester hopes that message is heard by the committee.
And hopefully we can get critical mass here in the Senate to get it passed through the Senate and get it over to the House and get it passed and get it to the President's desk. This is a bill that, like I said, Montana's been working on for probably 10 years, maybe longer, and it's something that will work for Montana and work for that region of the state.
The act would protect additional wilderness, but also accommodate other uses such as logging, snowmobiling, and mountain biking.
It was Red Alert Day for community health centers like Partnership in Missoula as they continue to advocate for legislation to reauthorize their federal funding. And if there's one thing Montana representatives are agreeing on this week, it's that these federally qualified centers play a crucial role in Montana's health care.
Augusta McDonald has more about the risks thousands face now if that federal funding is not reauthorized.
There is a lot of concern about Congress's failure to reauthorize the federal funding that supports community health centers like Partnership. This is a big deal for Montana because community health centers statewide serve about 10% of the state's population. What makes these health centers unique is the way they provide both health care and social services to patients regardless of their ability to pay.
Support community health centers.
Employees wore red Tuesday to bring awareness to Thursday's congressional vote to reauthorize funding for community health centers. In Washington, D.C. this week, all three of Montana's representatives, Democrat Jon Tester and Republicans Greg Gianforte and Steve Daines, stood together to solidify their support for the CHIME Act that would ensure funding for CHCs and several other critical healthcare programs like the National Health Service Corps.
Without action, without Congress taking action, CHCs will lose 70% of their funding nationwide. Washington, D.C. needs to get this done.
At Partnership Health Center in Missoula, that means losing close to 11% of their operating budget. Progress slowed at Partnership while funding has been uncertain.
We are able or willing to expand programming, look at other sites. The community needs assessment came out relatively recently. There's lots of need in this community.
In Missoula County, about 15,000 people receive care through Partnership. 106,000 people in Montana go to CHCs for their care, and 7.9% of patients statewide are American Indian. 4,636 patients are veterans, and a majority percentage of federally qualified health centers serve people at or below the poverty level.
The thing that we do here is really focus on health and well-being from a holistic standpoint. So we look at our patients not just as, you have diabetes and high blood pressure, but you also have, issues with your housing and your food.
CHC professionals work to manage physical, behavioral, and dental care alongside these social aspects of a person's health. Augusta McDonald, MTN News, Missoula.
There are 16 healthcare centers statewide waiting to see what happens on that vote when it takes place on Thursday.
The Missoula County Sheriff's Department says it was not arson that destroyed a popular restaurant west of Missoula back in December. Under Sheriff Rich Marcelli tells us their investigation revealed no criminal conduct was involved in the fire that destroyed KJ's 9 Mile Roadhouse restaurant. The Missoula Sheriff's Office issued a search warrant to look at the cell phone records of the owners of the restaurant to investigate their possible involvement in the fire, but Marcelli tells KPAX-TV officials have not pinpointed the cause, but they did conclude this was not arson.
In Phillipsburg, Granite County commissioners are hiring some outside help to handle a prosecution of misdemeanor theft charges against County Commissioner Scott Adler. Adler is facing 2 misdemeanor charges for using county equipment on his personal property last year. An investigation by the Montana Division of Criminal Investigation found Adler had used road equipment at his property, ostensibly to test a certain grinding and milling procedure for asphalt. However, his fellow commissioners have disputed that they knew what was going on. Adler did reimburse the county for $1,400. Now, Adler's fellow commissioners have approved a resolution hiring a special deputy county attorney, which will represent the state in Adler's case, prosecuting the charges of official misconduct and theft by embezzlement. That assigns the case to counsel from the State Attorney General's office to prevent any conflict of interest with the Granite County Attorney's office. Adler will make his initial court appearance on those charges February 15th.
Another Republican who wants to try to unseat Democratic U.S. Senator Jon Tester is officially in the race. Former Judge Russell Fagg filed in person in Helena today, paying his $1,700 check to appear on the June 5th primary ballot. He is the third Montana Republican to jump into the race to challenge Tester. State Auditor Matt Rosendale hasn't filed, but he says he's running along with Big Sky businessman Troy Downing. Fagg feels he's the best bet to take on and defeat Senator Tester this fall.
I think I'm the most electable in November. 4th generation Montanan, 22 years as a district court judge, former Republican legislator, endorsements from Governor Roscoe, Governor Martz, Governor Stevens, Congressman Hill, Congressman Rehberg. That is the goal of Montana Republicans, is to defeat Senator Tester, and I think I have the best shot at doing that.
The deadline for candidate filing is just 5 weeks away.
Up next, you thought it was just spring around the corner. Now a lot more snow and Arctic air in store for the rest of the week. Aaron has the latest on the forecast coming up.
And later, as we go to bed tonight, you should just know that there's a cherry red test